What's up, nerds? This is Nerds Gone Rogue Radio, episode 87. The only thing I can really think of is 1987 was a good year for hip hop, at least. I'm pretty sure Public Enemy's first album came out that year. I think the Beastie Boys' License to Ill came out that year. Yeah, it was a decent year for hip hop. My name is Matthew Keel. And alongside me is just a moose.
Just a moose. It's a Matt and a moose. This show.
Oh, hey now, moose. You got what I need.
Damn right I do.
But you say he's just a moose. But you say
it's just Bloodborne. Oh, baby.
So Corey is out this week. He said he might try and join us if he has time. He got caught up with the wife. Pretty sure she beat him up. You know, we won't. I mean, you know, he has to learn. He just has to. He's married now. You got to learn. I don't know what you have to learn, but I learned it at some point, and then got divorced. But we've got a Fireside Chat happening now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's get the awkward stuff right out of the way. Moose, what are you playing?
A whole shit ton of Bloodborne.
I played Bloodborne with you. I know who didn't though.
He's going to.
I don't believe him.
I know.
He made the deal. I still don't believe him.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't have to get far in it to get some insight, and then we could just co-op the rest of it, but whatever. So been playing Bloodborne because it's a PlayStation Plus game, so the community's live and well, which is nice because I've been helping people, been invading people, wrecking people's lives. I've been just progressing, and I helped Angela Curry.
Mm-hmm. Angela Curry. She eats platinums for breakfast.
Seriously, yeah. Like 100, and she's at 130 or something now, or whatever. I remember when she hit 100, and then she posts, which is awesome. She posts and follow grinds her progress of what she's doing, which is cool. I like to read.
She did that in Platinum Achievements too.
I like reading that, and then she'll post that platinum number or whatever. Well, when she hit the time from 100 to 120, I'm like, where did the weeks go? She just hit 100 2 weeks ago. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, she's just she's like, oh, game platinum.
Right, exactly. So she we were talking about it. We did with her. She was stuck with the Bloodstarved Beast. Or no, with Peril. She was stuck with Dark Beast Peril. Not really stuck, just was kind of I'm going to take a break from him.
Kill with fire. That's all I got to do.
And then she had the Forbidden Woods open. And so what we did was we went and killed Peril, which took us the first try. I think we took an NPC in with us, and so moved around, and that was all good.
Defector on Tall or whatever.
Yeah, so I was like, just summon him, and we'll go in and whoop his ass. And then we went and did the Forbidden Woods, and I brought the big gun because I was like, Forbidden Woods, you might get invaded. So I told her about invasions, and we were going through things as we went, and that took a couple tries because sometimes I would die, and then I'd have to run back to where she was to find her. You know how you would just be like, just stay there, I'll come and meet you. I'd have to do that, and so eventually we killed the Shadows of Yharnam. But I was telling her about Forbidden, or the Nightmare Frontier. I was like, it's optional. I was like, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And she's like, is there a trophy? Yep. attached to it, and I was like, yeah, there's
2 of them actually.
It's like there's probably a trophy, so I'll probably want to do it anyways. I was like, yeah, you get one for killing Amygdala, and I said also you get a trophy for getting, I think the chalice. You get a trophy for that chalice that you get from him, and then I told her you get a chalice to do the end. Or to do the chalice dungeons, and so I was like, you kind of do have to do them, but I was just like, it doesn't progress the story. Like, it's not like you kill him and then go into another area like you do if you take on the one Reborn, which takes you to the lecture hall to go to the Nightmare Menses. You go to the lecture hall and then the Nightmare Menses.
Yeah. Oh no, you go to the second floor. Yeah,
second floor. Yeah, and then you go down and meet Patches and get the reverse clockwork whatever runes so that you have 15 stamina boost.
It's like anti-clockwise metamorphosis.
That's what it is.
Like those runes, some of those runes have some fucking cool names.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Deep sea, like okay.
But it's pretty freaking awesome. So it's fun just playing it. My character is we just beat the one Reborn.
Oh yeah, we played the other day. Fucking stomped some ass.
Yeah, last night we played. We beat Amygdala, then we beat the one Reborn, and so like now I'm at the point where I'm doing like mop up. Like I'm taking care of Alfred, taking care of like some of the other stuff. Like I had to go kill Call of Duty guy in Old Yarnum.
Where did we start?
With us?
Yeah.
Just the Nightmare. It was just the Nightmare Frontier.
Well, no, because I'm pretty sure I came in, helped you.
Well, I was starting the Nightmare Frontier, and you. Oh no! Castle Canehurst. We did Castle Canehurst.
Yeah, we fucked up Ligarius.
We did Ligarius. That's right. We did Ligarius, and then
that's always a sweet victory. That's always.
And then it was either Nightmare Frontier or Yargle's Unseen Village. And so
we did Unseen Village. We beat we did the Unseen Village. We fucked up the one Reborn.
We were both. I was just like, I've done like. I don't need to collect every single item in here. I could do that if I wanted to come back and do it on my own. So I was like, let's just get to the end. Because we had an invader, which I think we killed. And then
we whooped his ass.
Yeah, because he got stuck on the tombstones. So we were able to like whoop him. And then we took care of the hunters. And then I got killed by a rock, so I had to come back. And then we made it to the end, got the shortcut going, and went and fought Amygdala. And I have a feeling like if we helped somebody with Amygdala in the Chalice dungeons, we'd have a better time now because I have a way better understanding of how to properly attack him. Like, just go after his arm. Just do overhead swipes at his arm. It is... See, I feel like the boss... I think they have a little more health when there's more players, but... But it's nicer to have more players because it's like, okay, you can go in for an attack, and if he does like some damage to you while you're trying to retreat, it's basically changing aggro. I can try and go in and draw aggro off you because I'm at full health and you're at like a third of your health so that you can get away and, heal up, and then, we can try and, do an attack pattern again. But he's such a bitch. I don't think he jumped once for us because like if you attack his legs too much, he jumps and he's a pain in the ass. And then if he lands on you, you don't fuck.
No, he did jump once and we were lucky because we landed underneath us. He landed where his head was behind us and his feet were in front of us.
Yeah, that's right.
We're in that little cup underneath his torso.
Right underneath his stomach.
And but sometimes you need a little bit of luck. But we lined him up against the other two we beat. So.
Yeah. So I might take him all the way to the end and just have him be like my character I help people with. But I mean, because I tried him, like the thing I found about invading like Yarnum, the town of Yarnum, is the fact that like most people that can be invaded have like they're on their second playthrough of the game.
Yeah.
And then they also have somebody else that's on their second playthrough of the game. So like you are trying to hit them and you're like doing no damage to them, but like they'll hit you and take like 3/4 of your health. And you're like, well, this sucks. So it's kind of like you have to go somewhere else to try and invade and have fun, But, Other than that,
I mean, invading in those games is a tricky situation anyway, because I know when we were playing, you brought up like there has to be like a select distance.
Yeah.
And there actually is in terms of invasion, but because we use a password, like I can have a level 1 character and you can come in with whatever character you want.
Yeah.
And then it scales everything down for you. Which is fine, but like, yeah, the barriers are there if you don't. And invading is always a more difficult proposition in those games anyway, because your health is automatically diminished.
Yeah.
A little bit, and then you have to fight whoever's there.
Andy brought something up. Now, if you invade and kill somebody, do you not get the stuff you can turn into the Canehurst Covenant?
You get it depends on what your covenant is. It depends on what room you're using.
Yeah,
like, I think you can get what is it? What are they?
I think they're human dredges.
Is it human dregs?
Dregs. Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, there's the if you have the corruption rune on and you just keep helping people, you get the stuff you can turn into Vaulter in the Forbidden Woods.
The vermin.
Yeah, vermin, that's what it is. And then if you are in the Vile Blood Covenant, I don't remember which rune that is, you get human dregs. You could turn them into the Castle Canehurst lady.
Yeah, but I don't think, like, unlike Dark Souls, you don't really get anything. Like, Dark Souls, you'd be like, you turn in like 30, you'll get like a spell. You know, like there's as far as I know, it's just for like bragging rights.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all it is. But,
I mean, after a while, it becomes like a high score thing, because there are people who just keep turning in, like the Rosaria's fingers in Dark Souls 3. There are people who just keep turning that stuff in, and I think you have to turn. If you turn in 30, you get something for it, but that's it.
Yeah, it's 10 and then 30. So like whatchamacallit, like the sun, that covenant was real easy because I was helping people. It's kind of like the same as the vermin for Bloodborne. Like you co-op with somebody, and when you use that covenant, you'll get the sun coin or whatever, and you turn that in, and I think you get like a spell at first. And then
the first level you get is the gesture.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the last one you get the Sunlight Spear.
Yeah, which is what he used, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Sunlight Spear it used to be a great spell until Dark Souls 2, and then for some reason From Software just completely refused to make Faith like super viable, which sucks.
They nerfed it.
Yeah, they nerfed it. They like Faith wasn't like always the strongest thing, but like Dark Souls 1 specifically, like whichever route you went with your magic, there was a way to make things viable. And what I mean by viable is you're not gonna run through everybody, but nothing's gonna be. It's going to be a little bit easier for you if you play a certain way. You literally had to adapt a play style, which is something I loved about that. And I loved how like hardcore RPG it was of that. Same with like pyromancy or sorceries. But with Dark Souls 2, like they busted a bit of that. And it wasn't just like nerfing. They like the dynamic just wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
Which sucks, but
the versatility, the depth and versatility just wasn't available anymore. Yeah. So it's kind of like, all right, well,
So you've just been playing Bloodborne?
Yeah, I've been playing Gravity Rush 2 off and on. You think I'd just try and finish that? I'm like in chapters 9 or 10. So judging by the first one, I'm a little over or under halfway, depending on how many chapters are in this one. It's probably going to be longer than the first one. So I guess the first one, I think, was 20 chapters.
Yeah. Is it the same situation where there's like a lot of extra stuff to do? So
it's a lot of side quests. I was saying that on Nurse Gone Platinum, like you get to a certain point and then they force you through some side quests before you can unlock the next main quest. Whereas in Gravity Rush, you could just do main quest, and like beat the game and be on your way. So
yeah, no,
like my whole thing is like now I've gotten to a point where they have side quests and you can do the main quest. So I'm going to see how long just doing the main quest takes me, because like I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the combat. Everything else is cool. So I want to enjoy the game, but I also kind of want to get through it because I don't want it to turn into like another game where I take forever to beat. Not that I would, but just, I just want to move on. I need to get my challenge games moving because Jason's kind of come to a crawl. Jeff's not even playing games anymore. He's just got crazy things going on. So I mean, not many games, and I'll be caught up to Jeff, and then not many more, and I'll be caught up to Jason.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm trying to get my challenge games done, so as the year goes on. So like more than likely when God of War comes out, I'll try and do God of War and then play like a challenge game at the same time. Like I might pick, like that's what I'm thinking of doing. Like all the games that I have that are short, like I'll piggyback them on like a new game. So like when I play God of War, I'll play Ratchet and Clank on the side. You know what I mean? Or when I play Dark Souls, when I'm playing Dark Souls, what I want to try and do with Dark Souls is limit my solo play and mainly do co-oping with Dark Souls. So I only try and play that when there's co-op, like when someone is on to co-op with me, or like multiple people. Because like it might get to the point where it's like, all right, 2 people have to be on for me to play that game, unless I'm trying to do something solo, that doesn't require somebody to get ready to play. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to prep for the next play session.
Yeah. But there are plenty of areas in that game that you just have to do by yourself.
Right. So I want to try and limit the games that I can do multiplayer, or that it can be played with, co-op. I want to limit those to like playing with people when they're on, so that when like I'm on a Saturday morning at like 8:00 in the morning because I'm up because of the dogs and nobody's on. Okay, well I'll play Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean? Instead of playing Dark Souls. So I'm hoping I'll be able to finish the challenge games. I think my biggest game is going to be challenging for me might be Dragon's Dogma, just for how long it is.
Yeah, that's a long game. That's a really long game.
So we'll see. But anyways, what have you been playing?
A bit, actually. I'm messing around with Zelda some more. Saturday at work it was St. Patrick's Day, and at work was not very busy, so I just basically fucked around in that game and beat 3 Divine Beasts.
Nice.
Like without much of a heartache. I think I only have the one in Goron City to do.
Oh, I like that one. That one's cool.
Yeah, I remember it from the first time. I'm like, yeah, I'll just save that one for last. I started wandering around trying to do a whole bunch of side quests and just see what shrines I could find. Like I did everything in Gerudo Town. I have the Thunder Helm now.
You got the Thunder Helm?
Yeah.
Wow. I just didn't want to waste my time trying to do all the side quests to get that.
There were only like 5 of them. The problem was, finding the last one is kind of dumb. It's just this kid in like the north corner of Gerudo Town that you don't really even think to go. There's like no reason to go there. Right. And I just happened to I climbed over up the wall and was wandering around. And I just saw him down there. I'm like, go talk to this guy. And then
lo and behold,
side quest. I'm like, okay, I'll do this one and talk to what's her face and see if that's it. And it was.
Nice.
That game's fun. I love wandering around that world. I think I'm going to, if and when I beat this 4th Divine Beast, I'm going to seriously make a run at all the shrines, and then I'll go beat Ganon's ass and just probably put it away for a while.
I will have Excuse me, I will have to say, having done all the shrines, it made the game tremendously easy. Just because, like, I had all the health. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think right now I think I have 25 spirit orbs that I've just not used. Like, I don't find the game all that difficult unless I'm fighting an enemy that's basically if you're fighting an enemy that's bigger than a moblin, that enemy's difficult.
Yeah. Right. I and like I was saying, so I think we talked about it. It might have been us. Or I might have been talking with somebody else, just like comparing. Maybe it was I think it might have been Jason when we were talking on PSN while we were chatting. But like, I hope like in the next one they kind of like branch out like they did with Skyrim, because I feel no inclination to go back to Zelda. The only reason I'd go back to Zelda is to have like nostalgia, just to like play the game mechanics again. There's no like I can stumble upon a cave and get a quest. You know what I mean? There's no like blacksmithing, so I can make a better weapon or make like certain gear or even quote unquote respect myself. Like I could go into Skyrim right now, my game in Skyrim right now, beat the Dragonborn DLC, and then be able to respect myself however I want to at the cost of a Dragon Soul. And you know, Dragon Souls are I don't think you've played it, but
nope, haven't.
When you get into a later part of the game, fucking Dragon Souls are a dime a dozen, because like sometimes you'll fast travel somewhere and fucking 2 dragons will attack you at once, and so like you kill both of them, absorb their souls, and so it's just like you can farm to the point where you can pretty much respec all you want. And so like there's that aspect of it. Like, okay, I play like when I play Skyrim, I play as a 2-handed tank. So I wear heavy armor, I have a 2-handed axe, and I like the axe because you can decapitate people. Yeah. So you do the Stone Cold Stunner, like you hit them in the face with like the handle of your axe, and then they go back, and then they like bend forward, and you just bring the axe over and take their head right off. Nice. It's the best thing in the world. I love it. And so like I do that, but then I also sneak and I use a bow and arrow. So like it's the weirdest combination ever, but it's like I can kill you from afar, and if you're too powerful enough for me to kill you from afar and you get close enough to me, I can switch to a 2-handed weapon and then destroy you the rest of the way. So it'd be cool to like play a mage. Like you could go in and like I said, you can make all your stuff, and like you can make like all your mage gear that you want, and then go respec and then run around playing as a mage, you know? So I think Skyrim has a little bit more to Zelda, and I'd love to see in their next game them expand on that.
But see, I think the one issue I sort of have with that is it sort of changes Zelda from what it is. Because Zelda's not an RPG, it's an adventure game. Or action adventure.
No, and I understand.
But I think you put too much RPG in it. I think that takes way too much from Zelda, even though you're not really taking anything from it.
But see, I think there could be a balance too. I think Corey and I were talking about it, or me and Jason, where it's like, okay, if you guys want to do the durability, at least let us repair, or at least let us like go get another weapon and combine the weapons to where we make like a more powerful weapon.
See, like I'm with.
Now, see, you don't like I'm saying, like make me want to go find weapon. Like not just to like because I have shitty durability on weapons, but because I want to improve the weapons I have. Like I don't feel like instead of just replacing them, because the durability system in the game is like this weapon's gonna break after like 20, 30 swings, and you're like, that sucks. Like it's a really cool weapon. Well, allow me the ability to either pay a steep price to repair it every so often, to buy something to repair it every so often, or let me like enhance it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that it has an even more durability. So, anyways,
that I agree with, and I feel like we could beat this horse to the point of non-recognition.
Right.
I've also been playing Dark again on my Switch.
How are you liking that?
That game, like, I played a little bit of it on Vita when I still had my Vita, and that game's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I played a lot of it at one of the hospitals one night, and I was just like, I sat there and I thought, I forgot that this is a game about stressing yourself out while your characters get stressed the fuck out, and yet somehow that's fun. But that game it's fucking cool. I think I love the art style in it. I think that narrator's voice is really goddamn good. Like, I mean, it's like Bastion narrator good.
Yeah, he does have a cool
like,
I like his work.
Like, just all the little incidental stuff that he says while you're going through dungeons. Oh, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the Switch version is all that great. I don't think it does it as well as Vita did. I don't think, but see, saying that, like, PS4 and Vita I'll bet you it works way better on PC than any other platform. Like, I would bet dollars to donuts to that. So, like, but however, that doesn't mean it's not serviceable. It doesn't mean it's not fun. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to continue to play it, because I'm going to. I've played it to the point where I'm like, man, I should fucking stream this. Like, I've thought about creating like a Nerds Gone roguelike stream just so I could do games like that. Which maybe, I don't know. But also Burnout Paradise came out on Friday, the remastered. Did some minor research, and it looks like the trophy list is identical to the PS3, Xbox 360 versions. And I will probably get that platinum eventually. That game, like, I streamed it, what was it, Friday night when I got done work.
Because I think I was playing Bloodborne.
Yeah.
So you were playing that, and I was chatting. I think Pelfrey was in the chat. Brian Pelfrey was in it.
You and Glasson were playing Bloodborne. Pelfrey was chatting.
Well, no, Jeff was doing. God, I don't even know what he was doing.
You were playing Bloodborne. Jeff was just on. Yeah, he was talking.
Yeah, he was chatting with us and doing
whatever he was doing.
Yakuza. He was doing Yakuza Kiwami. That's what he was doing, because he has a I have an issue with certain genres, like, I suck at. Like, racing games, I'm not the best at racing games. He's not the best at fighting games. So he's struggling with Yakuza, and he's not to the point where he's going to, like, swap it out. But he's like, I got to watch some strategy videos and watch some tip videos. And he's like, if it doesn't get better for me, he's like, I might just swap it out.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, like, I suck at racing games. I think I respect a franchise like Gran Turismo. I respect a franchise like Project Cars. Burnout for me was never about racing. It is in having played it for the time I streamed it, which was 2.5, 3 hours. And then playing it again the other night, right before we started playing Bloodborne, I realized something. That is the best one of those games, where it's fun to drive really goddamn fast and be a racer. It's fun to just wreck the shit out of other cars. It's fun to just sit there, click the buttons for I think it's Showtime, where all you are is basically you are a target for other cars to hit, and you have to get in the way so they can hit you. Like, it is the best one of those, where it has very tight racing mechanics,
right?
But you don't have to know shit about cars. You don't have to understand how drafting works. You don't have to understand a good way to drift. You just have to figure out how the particular car you're driving works and use it. And it's the best one of those. It's probably the best arcade racer, in my opinion, the best arcade racer I've played. And I've I've not played Forza. I've not played Forza Horizon. I tried Gran Turismo back on PS2, and I was like, man, I do not get what this is. But Burnout Paradise is silly fun. Like it's been a while since I found myself just. Actually, it really hasn't been that long because I've been playing Zelda. But like, it's just that blue sky, warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah.
And I feel like and I don't think it needed to add much via a remaster to bring that out. Which is why I respect the fact that, hey, they got all the music back. They kept the trophies the same. They give you all the DLC, and it's all just, you could choose to race or you could just drive around. Like I spent like an hour before I started playing Bloodborne with you, just driving around trying to beat times on roads. Right. It wasn't anything that I'm just gonna do this. Why? Because this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, there's a gate right there. Okay, I'll break through that gate, and I'll get another tally up that counter. I'll jump through a billboard, tally up that counter. I did a couple super jumps, tallying up counters. So I'm always making some sort of progress just by going fast, just by being Ricky goddamn Bobby. That game's great, and it's still great 10 years later. And while I'm not going to sit here and say they need to bring Burnout back, because I recognize
they're testing the waters.
I realize that racing games have probably moved on, and I'm not going to say Need for Speed proves that Burnout can't really be viable, but if Burnout Paradise is still good, there's something there, but I think that's also because Burnout Paradise is just a fucking good game. I know there are people who look to Burnout 3 and Burnout 2 and Revenge and Takedown before Paradise, but I feel like Paradise is like Bloodborne for the Souls series, where it's like that crystallization where everybody can get involved. I love that game. That game is fucking cool.
Nice.
I think that's all I've played. Yeah, I just played Zelda, Darkest Dungeon, and Burnout Paradise. So, yeah, Paradise is amazing. Play that. Mm-hmm. It's like $40. It's worth your time. Even if you don't like to race, Paradise is a good time, because I don't like to race in Paradise.
I really like to race either, and I was enjoying what I played in it, so I was having a good time.
Yeah, it's like just fun. So we were talking before we started the show about how we don't really have a topic, and then Moose started going on about how it's kind of like the end of the video game winter. And I thought to myself, I didn't say this then, but I'm saying it now. It's interesting that we had a video game winter this year. Remember last year?
Yeah.
It just started and it never stopped.
Never stopped.
2017 never slowed down. And it's weird to be in like, wow, nothing's really coming out. I mean, things, don't get me wrong, yes, things are coming out. Paradise came out, Iconoclast came out, Celeste came out, other things have come out, but it's not been the full tilt boogie that 2017 was.
And I think 2018 will be the same later in the year. Some games have come out, in January and February. Like Sony allowed those spots, like Ni no Kuni 2 is getting its spot in the sun for like a month before, God of War comes out. Yeah. And personally, in my opinion, nothing against Ni no Kuni 2, but I feel like that's a game that people are going to buy. It's either you're going to buy it or you're not. Or you're going to wait for a sale. So I feel like even if it came out like a week before God of War, I still think people would have bought it because people would see that a game on the horizon. That's the type of game where you're like, I'm a fan on this. I see it on the horizon. I'm pre-ordering it, and there's that my budget for gaming for whatever. There goes a game for the year. Like, you're not out there buying another game. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, well, I bought this other game waiting for it. Like, it's already bought and sold for. I know some people have digitally, like Angela. We mentioned Angela earlier in the episode. Yeah. She's already pre-ordered it. Thomas, who's in Files of the Grind as well, he does a lot of reviewing for We the Nerdy, I believe.
Yeah. Thomas Juritas, I think is how you say his last name.
I believe that's how he says his last name. Fellow Pennsylvanian. But he has it pre-ordered too as well. So I feel like that's a game where it doesn't need its own little window. People are going to buy it. Like Persona 5. Like, you bought Persona 5 last year no matter what. Mm-hmm. So, and then now we're just going to keep hitting strides, because it's like God of War, and then the next, like the 25th is both, actually, holy crap, Detroit and Dark Souls come out on the same day. And then moving into June, it's like whatever they're going to announce, because somebody's going to come out and be like, here's a game for June. Mm-hmm. And then at E3, there's probably going
to be like, available now.
Yeah, there's going to be an available now. Then there's going to be like, okay, our game comes out next month. Like, there's a lot of games that I've been waiting for, Chasm and Death's Gambit, where they could just be like, at E3,
release them already.
They could be like, okay, Death's Gambit's coming out in July, and Chasm is coming out in August or something, or September, And so, like, those games are ready to drop. Like,
and it's coming to Switch.
Yeah. I'll still buy them on PS4 first.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I'll play them there first. I think Chasm's the most likely to come to both. I don't know about Death's Gambit, but
yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't. I was just making a joke, but I don't know. I don't know what their ties to Sony or the PlayStation platform are. But ever since you hipped me to those games, I'm like, yeah, I want them now.
The funny thing is, and here's something strange.
When does Code Vein came out? Sorry to interrupt. When does Code Vein come out?
Fall. I believe it's fall this year. Well, speculated fall of this year. If it gets pushed, more power to them. Polish that puppy up.
Yep. We want that big polished content.
Right. But the funny thing about Death's Gambit is I believe it's White Rabbit who's developing it, but it's going to be published by Adult Swim. Mm-hmm. So it's one of the games that Adult Swim is publishing. So I was like, that's pretty interesting. So you can see how they're trying to diversify their portfolio. Because I mean, Devolver Digital does the same thing. They'll do indie movies as well besides doing video games. So like they're just like we're not, and they're not spreading themselves too thin. Like Devolver Digital only has like I think like 2 or 3 indie movies that they're involved in, but they're just doing enough to where they're like they're getting themselves out there to try and be like, if this goes south, we have this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Instead of like, so it's just job security for the people, which is future proofing, which is great, and it's great for the company because I love Devolver Digital. They're by far, I think, my favorite publisher. So
at the moment, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I think there's more from them that will set my spider sense a tingling than just about anybody else. I mean, like, what was I thinking? I heard earlier this week, like Division 2 got announced. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on that?
If they fix things, I might go back. I don't know. Like, you see a lot of people like, don't make your enemies be like bullet sponges. Like, you shouldn't take... And it's like, well, you obviously don't understand MMOs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then it's more like it's also like, did they go too far to the MMO side? Like, do they need to scale it back kind of like Destiny did? You know what I mean? And make it where you really need to work in teams for the raids and whatnot. Yeah. Dark Zone, like, clean up the Dark Zone a little bit, make it more viable for beginners. Like, instead of you just being like, well, I want to go in the Dark Zone, but I know I need somebody that's going to like help me stay alive. No, you should be able to go in the Dark Zone and be able to hold your own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe not blaze through it like some people that have been in it forever, but it shouldn't be that much of a deterrent. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, there's some things that they could fix. So hopefully they do. They're bringing all kinds of content to the Division 1 to set you up for the Division 2, because they're saying like some stuff will carry over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. So they're getting like a lot of, and there's like some game modes that I've been wanting to try that I haven't. Like, there's that one where
it's a roguelike.
No, it's the one. Yeah, it's the one where like where you have
you
to
start nothing storm. And then you just
you're in a helicopter and your helicopter crashes, and so you have to monitor your thirst, your heat index, your hunger, and then you also have to scrounge for materials to like build guns and build clothes. And so I haven't even played that, and I think it would be cool to try and attempt that. And you could do that versus like everybody else that's in that little world, because I think it's like up to 5 players, or you could do like teams versus everybody else or something like that. So I think that would be cool to try. So, but and then I think
Division 2 will probably have Battle Royale, so 100 what's or butts drop into a dark zone.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think Black Ops 4 was announced. 4. Whatever. Like Call of Duty, just like I'm good. I have no need to play that game. I'll buy the Battlefield, whatever is next, whether it's 5 or 2. It's probably Battlefield 2 because it looked like it was taking place in World War II. So it'll be weird, and it will be a sequel to last year's Battlefield 1, which it's like, guys, just naming convention sucks. Like, it should never have been Battlefield 1. But anyways, like I said, I probably won't jump into that game just because they've changed the classes and all that stuff. So I'll just be waiting for the modern shooter, like a proper sequel to Battlefield 4.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah. You got any good games coming up soon that you're excited about? Are you even excited about God of War? Or are you kind of
when I saw God of War as what it is now, I was just like, why do we have to get Kratos again? Like, I'm like, I didn't like the original games very much. Like, I thought they had they were mechanically interesting. But they didn't do anything for me story wise. I didn't think the combat was all that fun. And I never actually played 2 or 3. I only played 1. So I didn't care. But seeing like alcoholic dad Kratos as he is now, I'm like, okay, I might be interested to at least pay attention to what happens around this property.
Right. I think they're going to try and expand on it. He's not just going to be like a fucking thug like he was in the first 3 games.
I mean, like, could he do a different note?
Yeah, that's true too. Because could he have like some fucking interesting personality?
I mean, like, he reminds me of the episode of South Park where the boys are sneaking around a room. They have Timmy with him, and they're like, "Okay, Timmy, you need to do this, this, this," and he just screams, "Timmy!" And they're like, "No, shh!" He's like, "Oh, Timmy," and it doesn't really sound the same. Like, in that moment, it's really funny, but like, I'd like to see Kratos just dial it back a little bit. You know, be aware of your own assholishness. And I will pay attention to, what people say about that game. I probably won't look at reviews because looking at reviews is a dicey proposition. But I know you're into it. I will listen to what you say. I'll probably listen to what the Giant Bomb folks say.
Well, you don't even have to look at reviews because it's already bought. So
no, I know. I'm just keeping everything above board.
Right? No. I know what you mean. Like, I'd probably like check out some reviews before I play it just to be like, who's saying what, just to see where the watermark is. Because like, I'm much like you. Like, I'm caring less and less about reviews more and more. Like I can find entertainment in like a 7 game. Like
I mean, Uncharted 2 was a 10. Poured me to tears.
Right. Yakuza Kiwami is like the Yakuza series usually gets like an 8, like an 8. You know, which is it's still a good rating, but it's not like 10 knock it out of the park. So you know you're gonna have fun with that. So it's just like as long as it's not a freaking 4 or 2.
I mean, at that point, you're
I'm fine with it. Like I just want the reason I look at ratings is because it's like I want this game to do well, and if it has good ratings, it's going to do even better than what it would have done. You know, like I feel a lot of people who have like Adnell, who's like he's on Monster World Hunter like crazy. We were talking about games and we were talking about. I was like, "Are you going to play?" He wanted me to start playing Monster Hunter World with him, and I'm like, I can't, man. I was like, I got this game challenge to do. If I get into that series, I'm gonna be screwed.
It's over,
and I'm like, and I'm like, I can't like. Plus, what I played of it, I'm kind of like, So I might just re-download it and like play around with him for a while. But I was like, where are you gonna get Dark Souls? And he's like, I might wait until it goes on sale. He's like, I had to. He's like, with the baby and whatnot, I got a budget, which is understandable. He's being a responsible parent, husband, being a good guy.
For him.
I agree. Good for him. And so he was like, he bought the Stonemason edition of God of War. So like, there's people like that who like love the series, who are going to buy it anyways. And so they don't give a crap about reviews. But then it's like, they're going to kind of look at the reviews and say, okay, yeah, it is a 9, a 10. So you can expect sales to be even better for the series. And so it could be a comeback, much like Burnout. Burnout's done really well. I think Digital Foundry gave it like a essential status. Like you should own this game for your PS4 because it's such a good game. And it's like, well, that's awesome. So if it does well, maybe EA will bring back the Burnout series, kind of revamp it, add some mechanics. I swear to God, if they add microtransactions.
Yeah, but see, like it's EA, so like I'm like,
yeah, no. We're in the same boat.
I mean, I'd like Burnout. I mean, if Burnout could find its way back in a different way, I'd be totally happy with that. But I don't think it will. I just don't, because I feel like Need for Speed has gone too far off the reservation, despite having 2 games that were so close to being Paradise. But like in terms of games I'm interested in, like I'm super interested in Bayonetta 3, but I know that won't be around for a while.
I think they're saying fall. Weren't they saying fall?
I
mean, if it does, that's
cool. I'll be honest. I'm not tapped in like you are or Corey is, because I know you guys can tend to reel off the release dates and be relatively close. I'm super into Far Cry 5, but you guys on fucking Nerds Gone Platinum have got me like all worried because of the microtransactions you guys were talking about.
Well, see, the microtransactions are different. I don't know if you listen to the whole thing. It's not like boosting to win or anything. It's like, okay, if you want to go out into the world, it's basically kind of like it's like Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4, you can level each class that you have, and then you'll get like guns and stuff. But then there's also like starter kits. So you can pay $10 for the starter kit for like the assault class, and you basically unlock like almost everything generic for them. So like say we're playing, and you just happen to start playing Battlefield 4 with me, but I've been playing for like 3 to 4 months and have so many more weapons than you. You can invest in the extra $10 to be like, all right, well, I can catch up to Moose, because like I will admit, like Battlefield 4, like certain weapons I like more than others, and I feel like I don't die as quick. But like that's kind of how Far Cry. That's from the sound of it. That's how Far Cry 5 is going to be. Like you can go into the world and farm all the stuff that you could buy. The microtransactions is just basically if you want to invest money instead of more time. So like if you don't have the time to invest, you can pay $10 for this stuff, They actually came out with a statement saying, we want to make it viable. We want to make it valuable and viable and a viable option for gamers to be like, oh, if I buy that, like I get this, and this instead of just like cosmetics or something shitty. You know what I mean? So like I feel like the microtransactions are. Plus, it's co-op. It's not competitive unless down the line they decide to throw in a battle royale mode. I mean, you know, the new hot minute, which whatever. That's cool. Yeah. If you want to have a shootout in Montana, I think that would be cool.
I mean, what else is there to do in Montana?
So I think that's why their microtransactions are different than like was it Battlefront 2 or Shadow of War was single player and it had terrible microtransactions. But what they're doing is they're looking at microtransactions and being like, we really need to kind of put it more in the gamers court than ours as far as like winning out, you know, with the microtransaction interaction. So
I mean, and I've also been just in the back of my head sort of because of our Facebook chat with Captain Canada and you know you guys on Nerds Gone Platinum did a PS5 talk, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I am getting to the point where I'm super ingrained in as a PlayStation gamer. I just am. I'm not gonna clown Xbox as hard as Moose does, but you know, I think that Xbox knows what they've done, hopefully. But I'm also at that point where I got to think about, you know, how do I want to play games going forward? And I think at some point, like a year and change ago, I said to you and Captain Canada both that I'll probably build a PC instead of participating in the next gen. And then you both, rightfully so, had a good response. What about Bloodborne 2? And I said, fair. That'll be a bridge I have to cross when it comes.
You know, in that instance, it could be a wait and see. Like, as personally, even though we've been friends for a while now, I'm not familiar with your day one console buying habits. So, like, for me, like, the PlayStation 4, I waited a year.
Yeah, I bought it when they told me Diablo Reaper of Souls was coming out on PS4. I'm like,
right,
that's where I'll play it.
So me purchasing the PlayStation 5 will probably, like, I'm hoping to build my PC later this year, get some help from Captain Canada, play some WoW with him, stuff like that, try out some indies that are just on PC. And then I will buy I'll still play PlayStation 4. I'll still play games on there, all that stuff. Me purchasing the PlayStation 5 will be when there's at least 5 to 10 stellar games out.
Yeah.
Like, or just 3 Sony games. So, like, obviously, if they say Bloodborne 2 is going to be a launch title, I'm buying it day one. Buying it day one. But if Bloodborne
2 launch title with launch PS5.
With a special edition, it'd be
hold on. My penis can only get so erect.
Yeah, exactly. Could you just, God damn it, Shuhei, just calm down.
Settle down, Yoshida.
Exactly.
Seriously.
I love you, man.
Stay in your lane. Get Demon Souls out and we'll talk.
I can only get so hard before we do permanent damage. But I feel like that would be it. It would be like, okay.
It would be longer than 4 hours.
Yeah.
I need a doctor.
I would just be like, I'll wait until Bloodborne 2 comes out, or I'll wait until there's like 3 games. And it might be the next year after it's released, or it might be the year after that. But it'll be something where it's like, I'll play on PC, I'll be playing on PS4, Switch, and then just buy a PS5 later on. Like, whereas if I was like 10 years ago, when, you know, or 15 years ago when like the PlayStation 2 came out, I bought a PlayStation 2 day one, bought a GameCube day one. I didn't buy an Xbox day one just because it was the first console Microsoft did. But I bought you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a wait and see, as opposed to my earlier days when it's like, you know, like the day it comes out, I want to get it. So, I mean, that's probably the route that you probably
The only time I can remember buying a console day one, it was actually just kind of a bummer. Like I was in line for a long time. I think it was Nintendo 64. I was in line for a long time. I got 2 games that I ended up not really having time to play because we got home too late and I had to go to bed and do some basketball practice because I didn't do that day and homework. And then I'm just like, why the fuck did I waste this time? I could have just waited till, but then, I had Super Mario 64 before a lot of my friends did, which was fun. But at the same time, like, when they were coming over, we were playing basketball or we were doing other things. So I was just like, yeah, day one stuff is probably not the way to go.
It's a little lackluster.
Yeah, it's not. When we all love new toys. Toys R Us is going away, but we still love new toys.
Yeah, boys and their toys.
Yeah, but
girls like their toys too.
Yeah.
So many levels.
Oh yeah, that yes. And there's an I fucking love science article that really backs that up.
I love that channel.
Oh yeah, that's great. It's so awesome. Yeah. But I think that I'm more inclined to think about building a PC with like Steam Link that I can just hook up to a TV and play on a controller rather than worry about waiting for PS5.
It might be a good like middle ground stepping stone.
Yeah.
Do you know because like I was saying, build a PC later this year, play some games there. I'll still be playing PS4 games. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Still be going through that motion, but I won't be concerned about a PS5 console because I'll have a PC to play on. You know what I mean? And I'll have games.
Well, plus, when you build a PC, you have to buy like 5 top-of-the-line graphics cards just so you can generate the cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Phillips will explain that to me.
Either that, or he's gonna be like, Matt, you motherfucker, Keel, you motherfucker.
He'll just be like, okay, you bought a PC, and I'll be like, yeah, and he's like, and now we must enter the dark side of your Contract. And he'll be like, you are now my Bitcoin
miner.
You are my mining bitch.
you will keep that rig on all the time. That's right. And that graphics card will be running until it fries.
Right.
At which point you will buy another and still give me your Bitcoin.
And just repeat the cycle. The cycle.
Yeah. Yep. No. And like there's a game that came out recently called Into the Breach. And it is a strategy game from the folks who did FTL. And FTL is a fucking cool game. It's probably one of the coolest roguelikes I've ever played. And I want to play. I wish that game would have come to PS4 or Vita rather than just phones or rather than just iPads. Because by the time it got to iPad, like my iPad was on its way out and I had to just play it on others. I actually had to give someone $10 so they would buy it. And they bought it and I'm like, good, thank you. And then I played that and that game's so good. The game is so good. And Benny is asking if you're buying a PC.
He asked if
there's going to be a Nerds Gone Master Race, dude.
Listen to our bros at Phoenix Overdrive Nation.
Yeah, we have enough problems with that here, so we leave them. We go Phoenix Overdrive. Like Lee will probably have some direction on me when I finally build up my PC. I know you'll probably go back and forth between Lee and Phillips, because one of them knows one thing and one of them knows the others. I know Lee built Corey's PC, so and Corey does fine.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, no, I've often toyed with the idea of doing a show where Lee actually goes through step by step of me building a PC, where actually even we'll just stream a conversation where I'm looking, for stuff to buy. And I'm like, okay, so there's this, and this. I don't know what any of this means. Lee, translate. And he'll be like, idiot, it's this. And I'll be like, I'm not an idiot. I just don't know what this is. And, I think that would be fun. I would actually like it if, like, when you're building your PC, if you just had both of them on, and then one is like the devil and one is like the angel, and they're just conflicting, and you're just like, I don't know what to do.
That would be fun. Like, I'm almost tempted to just have, like, I've told Phillips, like, come down and build it with me. Like, I'll buy all the parts, come down like a weekend and come build it with me or something, I think he's serious about it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. I mean, that's later this year. I'm looking to try and do that. And I gave him, I got a good budget, I think. I might bump the budget up just a little bit more to have just a little more power to be able to stream stuff while I play and also kind of edit videos, because I'd like to eventually help Corey out with that after a while. Be able to just take on editing Nerds Gone Platinum and possibly this show if he needs it. And then that way he can take a break, because he's really
and then you and I could just learn the skills and then leave.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nerds Gone Bloodborne.
Yeah, buddy. No, and I've wanted to do it because, and I think I would just want someone to make sure I don't plug things in wrong, or like, there was a picture that Lee posted in Phoenix Overdrive a long time ago, and says, this is why natural selection needs to work. And it was someone who would use like thermal paste on like their motherboard or whatever. And it basically just ruined the entire thing. So they had to spend however much money.
Well, yeah. And then it's like you said, like plugging things in wrong. Like that would be my biggest fear.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm worried about.
I'm doing, and I'm trying to get it to work. And then I do it the wrong way. And then I look, maybe not, maybe look into it a little bit more, just past the instructions and be like, oh crap, I should have did it this way. And I ended up, wrecking, whatever, where the wrong.
I mean, it's not like building my record shelf. Like it's not. It's just not.
No, yeah, it's a lot more delicate and involves a lot more patience, which it also might like involve like, let's watch some videos, just straight up watch like 20, 30 building PC videos. You know what I mean? So,
Andy, that pic gives him a migraine. He knows.
Oh, the thermite, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I looked at that. I'm like, no, I looked at it and I just knew. I'm like, that doesn't look good.
No,
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look good. And then I saw Lee's like, he went on like this long diatribe about it, and I'm like, oh,
avoid it like
I knew it, and I'm like, I knew it didn't look good.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to like see the moose on PC. I haven't been on PC since I played WoW.
You were WoW banging, yeah.
Yeah, on my fucking MacBook Pro, 2003 MacBook Pro, which I still have, which will not run WoW anymore. And the last expansion it ran was Wrath of the Lich King. But,
wow.
Yeah.
That's early WoW.
Well, it was the second expansion. So, like I would want
Cataclysm. That was the first thing I was aware of. That was like different WoW.
That was the next one, I believe. Cataclysm was the next one, and that's where they destroyed much of Azeroth due to like was Nightwing coming back, and then like it also allowed you to have flying mounts in like regular Azeroth.
Okay.
Now that might have been, maybe that was after, like a couple after. I can't remember all the expansions, but I had like, so like I bought that because I had a buddy of mine telling me about it.
On a MacBook.
He was like, "Oh, this game's awesome. This game's awesome." Okay. The problem was he was in a raiding guild, and so the problem with WoW at the time when he was playing, was like you had to be raiding like every night. You had to be preparing every night. Like there was no like I can go off and do something with my friends. And so when I started playing, I never saw.
I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go over. No, did you get all that material?
Yeah.
Show me your work.
Right, exactly. That's pretty much what it is. And so, like, the only time I ever saw him was when we'd be in the major cities together, like Stormwind or like, whatever. We'd be down in the dwarf. I can't remember the fucking dwarf's home, but I'd be down in there because I was a dwarf paladin at the time. I'd be down there, like, buying like stuff, and then like he just stopped playing because he was just like he just gave up on WoW, and so I just kept going because I was playing WoW and stuff, and I'm just like. Fucking dork. And so then I bought like the first expansion, and then it slowly started to kill my MacBook.
Yeah.
And so I had to stop after a while and picked it back up again. But I was like, you bastard. You got me hooked on a game, and we didn't even do like one instance together. But in his defense, it was a pretty fucking phenomenal game. You know? And it is the case of like chasing the dragon. Like, I don't think there's ever been a game, maybe Bloodborne. I think Bloodborne is the only other game besides WoW where I wish I could play it for the first time again. Like, fresh, like, don't know anything about the game. Because, like, playing WoW, you're just like, holy shit, like, that dude standing over there is, like, somebody else sitting in his house. You know what I mean? Like, probably drinking a Coke or whatever, playing, and, like, you guys could team up and help him out, or like wreck his day and steal a kill, and he has to.
All I have to do is go talk to him, but I don't want to do that.
Right. Or you'd be like, I could be totally antisocial, and then like, like with Bloodborne, it's just like, I don't know what it was. Like I tried it when I first bought it, and then put it on its shelf, and then just started playing it out of the blue, and then just started grinding. Like for some reason, I was enjoying it and just started grinding that first town. Because you remember when we were playing, we first started playing. I basically you're like, fucking stop leveling.
Yeah, like you're not helping anybody.
Yeah. You were like, what level are you down? I'm like 75, and you're like, stop leveling.
You're like, I'm like, you haven't even beaten the Shadows of Yharnam yet. What are you doing?
So, like, basically what I did was I would just sit there and farm Blood Echoes. I would just basically run and farm Blood Echoes and learn the enemy patterns. And so it was because I would be waiting. I wanted to play the game, but we wanted to progress the story together. So I was waiting for you to play, and that was during your crazy time.
Yeah, which has changed a little bit, but not really.
You still kind of got crazy hours.
It's just different crazy now. But yeah, no, I think the one game I would want to, I think Burnout Paradise was probably one of those I wanted. I'm glad I waited like a full 10 years to play again. Or at least like more than 8 years. Yeah. Cause I played that game a long time when it came out. And when I came back to it Friday night, I was like, man, it's so nice to, like, it was literally like, I had a series of, whoa. I mean, just listening to the opening cinematic where, Paradise City's playing, you got DJ Atomica. The guys, you got DJ Atomica being like, hey, this is what you do when you're in Paradise. Whatever. And I was like, that's, if I had been I'm glad I wasn't on PC because then I could be doing things in that game for the past 10 years. We don't. Benny from the Bay, Benny Blanco from the Bay just asked, "What is Shadows Die Twice?" We don't need to start that discussion.
I don't know, man. I personally think it's going to be Tenchu 2. Or Tenchu, like a remastered Tenchu.
I think it's a brand new IP because that's what they were talking. They were saying it's a new IP. So I want to leave that there. But like I would play Shadow of the Colossus again for the first time. I would play Eco again for the first time. I'd play a lot of games again for the first time. Like I'd love to play BioShock again. But I think if I played BioShock again for the first time, now I'd probably hate it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like things have progressed even in that subgenre. But I think I would love playing any of the Souls games again for the first time. Even though like Demon Souls is one of my 10 favorite games of all time, like I would love to just not have played that and then go do it again. Like when you and I had first talked about Bloodborne, and you had not even gotten to a boss at that point. And I was just like, hey, you should play this. All you need to do is beat the first boss. And then you figured out a way to get insight before beating the first boss.
No, I got it from beating a boss. But there is a way to get it.
Yeah, and then you figured that out. You were like, hey, that was when you started the Hammer Bros group, and you just said, hey, this is where you go.
Yeah.
And then you can ring the bell to summon folks. And like when when we started doing that together, like all of a sudden, like you were like, oh, I get it now. And then you just kept wanting to play. And then, oh my God, Lee's watching. Holy crap. Hi, Lee. You just missed us talking about you. Is that why you're here?
Lee? Yeah, we were just saying if you want to watch Nerds Gone PC Master Race.
No, we're not doing that. Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
In that.
But yeah, like, so I still stand by the fact that Bloodborne is the best co-op game on PlayStation 4.
It's like the secret best one.
And it's the best kept secret. And if you just go out there and you just play it co-op, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Because I was telling Angela, we were talking about like farming and stuff, and I was like, if you just go to an area that you've beaten, like we just finished the Forbidden Woods, I said you just take the password off and ring your resonant bell. If somebody else beckons you, you can go into their world. And I said, if you die, you don't lose the blood echoes you get. So you can like use their world to A, help them.
Yep.
And then B, farm blood echoes. And then if you get to the boss, I didn't tell her about if you get to the boss and beat the boss, you gain insight from that boss as well. So that's how you can get more insight. But there's just so many benefits from, and it's like also new areas. So like if you go to like a new area, you can throw it on. You can throw your resonant bell on and someone can beckon you in there, and then you can learn the ways of that new area without having done it in your world. So,
yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's good stuff. I'm looking forward to Dark Souls Remaster.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
I really hope the Blue Point talk is Demon Souls. Like I listened to part of our conversation from last week about it, and I was like, man, now I've got my hopes up, and that's the last thing I wanted to do is get my hopes up.
Yeah, I understand you on that, because I mean, like I was looking back, and it's like, what other franchises can they do, that aren't already in process, or like that like God of War's coming back. Uncharted just had Lost Legacy, and I'd love, spoiler alert for Lost, I'd love to see them continue like a side story of like side characters in that world. I'd love to see Sam and Sully do something. That would be fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Like Nathan can go and retire and do his own thing, or do whatever he does. Spoilers for the end of the game.
I mean, I still
2 years old, 3 years old.
I think Nathan Drake was probably the one thing that kept me away from Uncharted, more so than its poor mechanics, because I didn't like its mechanics.
You didn't like him as a?
I don't like him as a character. Like
he's kind of all right.
I mean,
it's a greedy ass motherfucker that's a killing machine that doesn't care about human life. So
yeah. I mean, that's one of those things that, like, grew up with people as douchey as him, and I didn't like them either. So
my thing is like, I feel like you could say like he almost took the cheap way of doing things. Like, I mean, I feel like Indiana Jones isn't as violent as he is.
No, he's not.
You know what I'm saying? But then again, that's a movie. This is a video game. You kind of, like, you're in a video game, you want to play a video game. So I can see, you know what I'm saying? I can't really hold that against him.
Right.
But anyways, like I was saying, like, you've got God of War. You've got, you know, it's kind of being remastered. You're getting, you know, some games that already have remasters. So it's like, what of Sony's property could they be doing? Maybe they're doing Spyro, although they don't own the.
I was, you know, and after I was thinking about that too. Like, what other ones are there? I mean, I can't think of any like super one-off games that would, like, people would say, Eco, because Shadow of the Colossus came out and did well, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe something. Oh, great! Here goes Bagel.
Well, see, that's the thing. So, like I watched the IGN video about it, and IGN was like Metal Gear Solid, like all these third-party games, and I'm just like, they're not going to do 30 third-party games. Like, they're going to do like first-party games with Sony, even though they're not owned by Sony. They're going to do third-party games with Sony.
Right.
I mean, they're going to do first-party games with Sony, even though they're not owned. What I'm saying is they're not going to do third-party games. They're going to do first-party games with Sony, even though they're not owned by Sony. It's late. But anyways, so I feel like it's going to be something that's like exclusive. I mean, if they could dig deep. They could dig deep and go way into the Sony well and pick something to remaster.
Bring back Toomba, son.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I feel like, in all honesty, I really think like we've been saying, like the rumors pointing to Demon's Souls just make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I don't really see it being anything other than Demon's Souls. I'm pretty sure if I really went back and looked at the catalog, I'd be like, okay, maybe it could be that. But I think that the smart money is on Demon's Souls 100%, because what else are they going to do?
What else exciting are they going to do? I guess that's a question we could ask the community. Like, what do you think? What do you think they could do that would be viable? Other than, I mean, people were saying medieval, like they could be doing the medieval, but then it's like that's not as like it's not as big, because they were saying it's something that's going to be bigger than Shadow of the Colossus, and I can't remember in the article if they said it was like bigger as in like a bigger task to remaster it, or if it was just a bigger game period. I'd love to see them do Legend of Dragoon. If they remaster Legend of Dragoon, that would be awesome. Shuhei was a producer on that game.
Yeah, I mean, I must not know enough about Sony's catalog to really speak on it. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I haven't played, as long as I haven't played it again. If I haven't played it, I'll take it. Like, that's more, because new games are more. Or actually, I think like new games and stuff you haven't played are more important to me than replaying old games most of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, you obviously still play Demon's Souls.
Oh yeah, I would if they announced Demon's Souls, I would play the fuck out of it again. Like I
feel like, so it would be a cruel, like it would be an awesome twist if they were like, okay, Demon's Souls is coming out. Oh, and by the way, you can get a custom PlayStation 4 with Demon's Souls, and then when they launch the PlayStation
Demon's Souls remastered for PS5,
Bloodborne 2. Special edition of PlayStation 5, and then they get $800 of my dollars back to back.
It's like this is how they did it. They knew what they were doing. But yeah, so I know we've been going a bit. We're not going to do 20 questions without Corey. So I have a silly question for you, Moose. We'll end on this. I've often thought about doing something on either the show or the channel or whatever, the website, where we do like our own little pantheon of games. And this could be with anybody that's directly involved with us, like the Platinum guys, you, Corey, Ed, Jesse, but where we say, hey, this is a game that is worth preserving in time. Not necessarily like
so kind of like our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like our own little Hall of Fame. I mean, that's really what I'm getting at. And I keep meaning to bring it up on a show, but I've forgotten. And since I can without having to worry about making time for 20 questions, I'm going to do it now. What are your thoughts on that?
I like that. I think like every episode, like we can have a discussion, and then
I mean, it doesn't have to be every episode. I was thinking like maybe once a month we just visit it and say, hey, like maybe it's our B-side.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something
like I want to put this game in, and the other two people go, okay. Or we have like some people bring something to the table. Like if we're going to do it for Nerds Gone Rogue, the whole community, even though Platinum's under it and Arsenal X, like,
because I feel like we shouldn't be platform exclusive either.
Right. I agree. So,
but yeah. So and I also think we would probably need to spend like an episode or a B-side laying out the criteria of it. Like it has to be. I think we have to say it has to be at least a certain age. It has to. I mean, I think influence and critical acclaim probably has to go into it, as well as what did this particular game do differently than other games, or what did it do well versus what did it do poorly. But I think those are details that need to be sort of hammered out as we discuss it. But that's also something for another time and another place, and also when we can get the boss involved.
Right.
You like how I did that?
I like that. I agree.
You don't even know what I did.
I think it all would work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Lee agrees with me though, and that's what matters.
Lee's like World of Warcraft is Hall of Fame worthy. I agree with that.
I would, as someone who's never played it and not interested, yeah, I think that has to be that. Like of the MMOs, that's the one that is the like Mickey Mantle of them, where not necessarily the greatest, but man, that guy had a marquee. I don't know. So we've been going a while. We're gonna wrap this up. Moose,
yeah,
where we find you, sir?
You find me at Svhenn, SVAGNN, on PSN, Twitter, and Instagram. You could also listen to me, Jason, and Jeff talk about the PlayStation platform on Nerds Gone Platinum. You can tweet us at NG_Platinum or email us at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. Questions, comments, and concerns. That's pretty much about it. I have a Switch code, friend code, but like we've said, I don't memorize it off the top of my head.
Yep, I don't know it. Corey says he does something with it to where he puts it out there.
Yeah, I think there's a sheet. There's like a Google sheet on if you want to join the community, Facebook community, and then you can find us all on there. And if you friend us, ask us. So no. Like as far as the PlayStation goes, if you friend me, just say NGR or NGP. Just like put that in there so that I know you're from the community. Because if you just friend me, I don't know who you are. I apologize. I'm not going to accept it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't apologize. I'm not going to accept it because there's a lot of spammers out there.
You got to have principles, man.
Right. Even though I have none.
That's not true. You have like 2.5.
Yeah.
So I am Infinite_Rewind on every social media platform I choose to be on. PSN, Twitter, Instagram. I think those are the 3. Like Moose, I am on a Switch code. I am on a Switch. I do have a Switch friend code. Don't know what it is because I think they're dumb. Ask me, and I will literally use my phone to send it to you because it's way easier than memorizing 12 letters. I know that we have some stuff with the show, but I'm bad at remembering it, so you're going to have to just bear with me on this one. I do know that you can find all of our content at ngrradio.com. You can find us on YouTube with all of our shows at YouTube/NGR Radio or YouTube.com/NGR Radio. I think the email address for NGR Radio is ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's how you should email us topics. We're always looking for listener topics. Corey has all of that information, so we weren't able to really get it this week because he had some last minute stuff he had to take care of. But we have been talking about emailed in questions, topics, and we will continue to do so. The weirder, the better, because we actually think the weirdest ones tend to get the best discussions. So please send us stuff. Also, check out our family of shows. We've got Arsenal X, Pow Block, Moose and the Crew with Nerds Gone Platinum. And I know Corey has been doing some streaming. He and Jesse were doing squad goals with like first-person shooters. He does pod and play with Ed. And I'm going to try and start streaming more just because I need to. I care about that sort of thing. And we do need to try and get more guests on this show, and we are working on it. So without further ado, and Moose is hiding behind the green Castle Crasher, this is Banana and out.
Peace.
Yeah. I'm not going to stop the broadcast yet because, I saw Lee typing in the chat, so I'm just going to see what he said.
All right, dude. I do have to go.
You go. You have a good night.
I will chat with y'all later. Peace.
Bye, dude. And to answer your question, Lee, of course you can come back to NGR. We're going to get Andy on. We're going to get you on. We're going to try and get others on just because it's been a long time. We were trying to just sort of make sure that we're consistent as well. And, Corey's been busy with, making a baby. And I've been busy working too much. And Moose has been busy working too much. So hopefully we can start opening up our already very open table to others. So, and that's fine. That's fine too. Andy, JJ can come in solo. That's fine. I'd be more than happy to talk with either of you two, or both of you two at the same time. It's fine. I'll talk with anybody. But with that, I am going to go because, as you all heard, Bagel freaking out. My girlfriend's home, so I'm gonna hang out with her. Love y'all.
Frame rate than those, then I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I'm the same way. The exact same way.
Philly was asking me why, when we did NGP last week, that it didn't show up on whatchamacallit, why it didn't show up on Nerds Gone Rogue or Nerds Gone Platinum.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. It didn't show up under either of the channels. And I was like, I have no idea, dude. I don't even know how that shit works.
Me either. And I feel like I need to learn.
I told him we're almost done anyways. So
when
we were recording last week.
Oh yeah, last week it didn't show up live. It showed up on Thursday and everything.
Yeah,
but it didn't show up. It didn't show. I could not find your live feed at all. And
that's what I'm saying. Like it didn't show up at all.
So, I don't know why.
I don't know what's going on. So
yeah, I mean, whatever, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get the. There we go. Let's see, Moose's gorgeous face as the thumbnail. Pop out chat.
I wish is there a way to pop out the chat?
Yeah, it's those three little dots right above it.
Oh, good. Can I kill the video, or if I kill the video, does the chat go away?
Pop the chat out and try and close the window, see what happens. Or pop the chat out and just hit home, see what happens. Because I'll do it. I'll do it since I'm here.
Did that show up what I typed?
Yeah, it did.
That's awesome, dude. Because that will save so much processing power of my 2008 computer if I could just do the chat and not have to watch the video. Because I watch our video because that one's a little bit behind. So
yeah.
Oh my God, that's a godsend. Anyways, so that works miracles.
How about mine? Mine good?
Yeah, you just came through.
Cool.
So it might be like a second delay, but it's not that. So that way I could go there, get the chat, and just close the window, and then I don't have to go back and forth or whatever. That'll be nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's real good.
That is cool.
It's real good. All right, so I'm thinking for B-sides, we could talk. For B-sides, we could definitely talk about. I want to talk about Toys R Us closing.
Okay.
I mean,
do you see KB might be coming back?
What?
Yeah. It might be coming back to fill the void. What's his name? Jeff sent me an article. I'll forward it on to you.
Yeah, put it and paste it here. Andy's in the chat. Sup, dude?
I try and find it. I don't know if I can paste it there, but I can send it to your
or you think you can paste it in our
it's in Messenger. It's in Messenger, so
okay.
I'm on Messenger on my phone, and I'm on I'm on the computer, so it's just so I just sent it right to you in our chat.
Okay.
So you should be able to grab it if you want to throw it in there, yeah. So
I'll just look at it. I'm gonna. Oh, shit. That's fucking weird though.
Yeah, I think they're doing it just because there's a void for stores.
There is, but at the same time, I think you kind of have to examine both why Toys R Us got into the situation they were in, and you have to sort of learn those lessons, and you have to really make sure you don't repeat history, because
see, that's the problem. It's like the sea of sameness, and you have to make smart decisions. And like Jeff was saying, you have to make your store a destination store. So have Lego building events. Let's do a Star Wars Lego building event. The buy-in, they just buy a shit ton of pieces that could build a couple of Star Wars stuff, and then people just either buy in or they just come play with what they build, and if they want to buy Legos they can, and if they want to pay to keep the piece that they have, then they just pay a flat rate. You know what I'm saying? I think That would have been smart to do, but they weren't doing that. They were just kind of like relying on people to get there.
They were relying on dumb toys to come out to keep dumb kids wanting to go to their store.
Right.
And eventually dumb kids get smart, and they get way too smart way too quick.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's start this B-side.
Okay.
Oh shit, hang on, I forgot something. I'll be right back.
All right, do you think?
What am I doing?
Yeah, I don't have any. Quit. It's sad.
Okay, well, what am I doing? Okay. All right. Ready, Moose?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? You
Ready.
pumped? You just get psyched, Moose. Moose, get psyched.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sweet tea.
I'll allow that. Sweet tea.
With a shot of vodka.
Hell yeah! All right.
What do you want our topic to be?
I don't know. I've had to end that because I gotta go I gotta go see a man about a horse. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Phillips, when are you gonna come play Bloodborne with us, you bastard? I think you need to invest. Here's my proposition. Okay, I will invest in whatever I have to invest in to get my character on your server, to get WoW up and running, to get a PC going, to get you to play Bloodborne with us. I think we need to do that. I've been playing way too much of it lately, though. Andy, you're gonna have to let us know when you come on how you're enjoying Bloodborne. I know you've been kind of playing it solo. I offered to help, and you've been kind of like, I'm kind of like, I just kind of want to do it myself, which I totally respect. I also like to say that it's a lot of fun co-op, in my personal opinion. I swear it on Archer. Definitely, I do. You can take my golden boy if I lie to you. Dude, I'm going to play WoW anyways, you motherfucker. You've been talking about it God knows how much now, and I'm like, I can feel the itch. And I haven't played an MMO in a while. And much like yourself, all of my people that I raided with are probably gone. Like my best buddy, who was my roommate, Joe, he doesn't play anymore. He gave it up. And then the people that I became friends with through WoW, they don't play it anymore. So, but I mean, now's the perfect time. If you're watching and you listen and you haven't played Bloodborne, now is the perfect time to go back to it, because there's been a resurgence in the community, because it is a PlayStation Plus game for free. It's one of the free games this month. I think this is the best month, period. So because it has Bloodborne and it also has Ratchet and Clank. So, Andy, I did want to let you know, and Phillips, if you're enjoying Bloodborne or looking to play Bloodborne, the DLC right now, if you're a PlayStation Plus member, is only $5.99. So, which is you're stuck at Gascoigne. Yeah, Father Gascoigne, Father G. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, if you want help, man, I'll help you. I love Father G. Use the tombstones to your advantage for the first half of the fight.
Yeah, he gets caught up on geometry real quick.
Yes, but then the problem when I don't know how far you've made it in the fight, but in the second half of the fight, I don't want to spoil it, but in the second half of the fight, he can get through the tombstones pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But on a side note, if you went and yes, his side quest is pretty cool, Phillips. If you go and do the side quest and you talk to the girl that's looking for her mom and gives you the
tiny music box.
The tiny music box. If you use the tiny music box on him, it'll stun him. But if you use it too much in the first half, he'll automatically go to the second phase with much more health than normally if you got his health down to send him into the second phase. So it's kind of like a give and take. I learned that the hard way, and so like on my third and fourth time beating him, like I just use it towards the second half. So yeah, but yeah, it's pretty cool. He's a cool boss. I like him. One of my favorite fights. I stumbled on him. I didn't even do the cleric beast. Like I was just clearing out Yarnum when I first played it, and stumbled into his area and got my ass handed to me the first time I fought him.
Yeah, no, that's what happens.
Yeah. And then I was like, not doing that. Right? Yeah, not doing that. Well, at least you got him down to 55% before he killed you. I think I might have got him down to 75%. So I was horrible. Yeah, I wish we could get his axe because he uses the hunter's axe. And it's awesome because it's a little bit longer than a normal hunter's axe, and it's got a curve to it. Like his hunter's axe just looks freaking awesome. I love it. So, and then I think he uses a blunderbuss. He uses a blunderbuss, doesn't he? He doesn't use a hunter's pistol.
No, I think he's blunderbuss. Yeah, no, I remember my first time running at Father Gascoigne, and I literally. I don't think I hit him the first time because the minute he started like attacking, like I think my first time with him, I got him at his most aggressive. So like every time he was just shooting towards you. Yeah. So I'm like, no, go away. Let me figure out where I'm at. And then I eventually got caught on geometry and died. But
yeah.
Wait, what? What did he say? He only stumbled on one boss?
The witches. One shot it. One of the most intense moments of my life. I think I had more emotions than the birth of my son. Wow. Well, that's because the witches hide and they use I like to call them Bob Marleys just because they have dreadlocks and they're super skinny.
They use their army of dreadlock morons.
Yeah. and they just come after you and kill you. So they're pretty crazy. But if you run around and steer clear of them, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Anyways. I just made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, so. I know. I saw that. I'm like, man, you're jumping back on that white horse.
Well, you're gonna jump into WoW too when you build your PC. You dirty.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you will. You will play with us. You're gonna come join the group and play.
Oh, am I? Oh, you think? See, I'm not you, Moose. I'm not going to be sold a game just because one of my good friends is telling me to play it. That's how I got you to do Bloodborne.
No, but like you doesn't have to sell me on WoW. I've played WoW before.
Yeah, I know you have.
But the fact to like
you guys are trying to sell me on
that is amazing. But you see, he'll play Bloodborne with me now because I'll play WoW with him. So he's not going to play with you. So if you want to play Bloodborne with us, think about that deal.
Oh, so now all of a sudden you're just not going to play Bloodborne with me?
Oh, no, I'll play it with you. I'm saying Phillips won't play it with you. And if I'm playing Bloodborne with him...
I'm pretty sure if I jump in while you guys are playing Bloodborne, he's not going to be like, oh, fucking keep... Well, actually, he'll probably will be. Like, oh, fucking
how you going to know the password?
Fair point. Fair point. I guess I will just play it myself like I had to originally.
I like Phillips. He's like, I'll play it with Moose, and then we'll tell you about how great it is.
I mean, that's what you guys do anyway. That's what you guys do anyway. All right, so I was trying to think. I had something to talk about. before we started the B-side, and I don't remember what it was.
What about do you want to talk about like the kickoff to this year? Because like we're basically hitting the kickoff of the slumber's over. Winter of gaming for 2018 is basically over because we got Nino Kuni 2 is this week.
Yeah, Nino Tuni. Then we got God of War.
A Way Out is gone. Or is coming out. Next week is Far Cry 4. And then I think sometime in April is Yakuza 6 is coming. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's basic. And then late April is God of War. And then in May is the Dark Souls remaster. So it's pretty much going to be just game, everyone. Matt asked the question, Switch hardware revision rumors. Would you be mad? No. I'm enjoying what it is.
I mean, if it was a case where like I had to buy another Switch, I mean, again, it would be just like when Far Cry 5 comes out.
Yeah, I don't know what I said, but yeah, I meant Far Cry 5. Maybe I said
A Way Out or whatever.
No, I said something different. But yeah, Far Cry 5. I probably said Far Cry 4 instead of 5. But yeah, he's right. 5 is coming out next week. Freaking Jason jumped into that. Like, yeah, he's right. I didn't say 4. Pillars of Eternity 2.
Yeah, that's peaceful. It's
but Jason's been watching the trailers for Far Cry 5, and he's like ready to jump in, and he bought the season pass too. He's rarely done that before.
I love the Far Cry series. I genuinely do. The only game in that series that I've not liked was the first one.
Never played them.
And
the most of any of them I played is 4.
I got an idea. Let's just start the show.
Yeah.
What do you say? Let's just okay.
Yeah, because we can just talk forever.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
And what we can do is just do the intro at the end and just have it splice it in the beginning.
Like, hey, Corey, figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh. Phillips doesn't like you anymore.
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. 3, 2, 1.